We're live. Hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Barbara Matase, and welcome to N Studio. And of course, yeah, we always have excellent guests. We don't just people that are mediocre. Like, amen. It's the brand. So today we have a special somebody that I'm not going to tell you about. You will get to see him on the road. You get to see him on the road, then you get you won't get because we have seen him on the road.
I think we're having a technical problem, guys. Please, can you give us the Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm sorry for that. We were having a technical problem. And you know, when people are having technical problems, you get a bit confused, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have fun because we are lots of them. And today, let's welcome our guest, drum rolls.
All right. Hi.
Hi, John. Guys, this guy is so cute. Like,
Wow.
his pictures don't do him justice. His pictures just
I
don't
walked
do
into
him
that.
justice. This is the John
Okay.
Cole. He is the multi-award winning choreographer. John Cole is in the studio with us today.
All right. Hi, everyone. How y'all doing?
What's the mood? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay and a bit cold. It's cold.
It
It's cold.
is. It is very
let's
cold.
confirm that it's cold.
It is very cold. So getting you here was a bit hard. You're a
No.
busy man. I didn't know, hey? Like, you're so busy.
It is what it is. I think it. When you're good at what you do, people want you to work on their projects. So yeah, busy is good. It means money.
Yeah, working means money.
Working means money.
A lot of work means money. So,
Yeah.
would you kindly take us through your journey? How did dancing come up?
How did dancing go? Firstly, I started dancing, I think 2004, just after school. There was You Got Served. So You Got Served is part of, I think, everyone in my generation to be part of a big global. Well, I started dancing off on hip hop. Hip hop was my thing.
Okay.
Yes, and it was called b-boying. People really get it wrong sometimes. Saying, I know we just started, it's break dancing, but so that journey started with my friend Leroy, best friend, still till today. And during that period, he was like, "Oh yeah, I can break dance," and he came and he's like, And I was like, "Oh, I can do that too." And that became like a very big point for me to say, I want to do this.
Mhm.
And then the second time for me to actually take it up was, we had it was those days when you had the nice Chanchinechi Dumbu, but Chanchinechi flat screen.
Yeah, I get
like a
that too.
DVD, right? You got served, and
Mm.
we're watching You Got Served.
Mhm, mhm.
And during You Got Served, this guy does like a very handsy move, and then I'm like, "Oh, I can do that." And there was like silence in the house, and all my friends laughed at me. They're like, "You can never do it." But couple of weeks later, couple of years later, today I am.
You the John Cole. The
I don't know
you
about
the man. Like
Yes.
you the man.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about dancing and
Yeah.
choreography. We got to talk about you. So how has been the journey though? Like the transition to being you, to being the how was it?
Oh, that one
Because
is a very- yeah.
dance is really not much of a thing here, but because you're in the industry, it's not like wow, guys.
It's like look at that. Oh, look at that guy.
Yes.
It wasn't, and it's not easy. Going through the process as a choreographer, you start off as a dancer, and not every time you get your money.
Ouch.
Yeah, there's an artist or two that owe me money. I can't say names. Till today, you owe me money. I want my money.
The artist, please pay him.
I
You need
know,
to use
right?
it.
It's
I'm
been
like,
12 years, bro. Pay me my
what?
money.
They should.
One of it makes it worse. Like I'm not
Mm.
going to mention names. The other guy is from a gospel side, but it's cool. It's alright.
No, it's not. Guys,
No,
you need
like-
to pay up.
I know, right? Pay me my money.
You can hire me to be a debt
I know,
collector.
right? Yeah,
I'm good at
just
that. Like,
messenger.
I can be very serious.
So it hasn't been easy, and
Mhm.
it's never easy. However, during over the period of time, we have been able to change the scope of the dance industry.
You have.
Um, Firstly, we started off with the fact that if you brand yourself correctly and you operate correctly, you get to a point where people see you in a different light.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
remember even my mentor, like he's like, you're the only choreographer, even in his generation, like you're the only choreographer who took it 20 steps further, because I was one of the first choreographers to headline a big show with
Mhm,
my name on the billboard. We were never for many more. We were
mhm,
like, yo, I want to be there, a biller. I want to be top billing. I want to
Mhm,
be,
mhm.
the headliner. And, obviously working in a different environment, you work with corporates, you have to be very professional. You have to know your etiquette. You have to know a lot of things,
Mhm.
how to send emails. A lot of things that people don't know. The small
That
things make the
happens
big,
behind the
yes,
scenes.
behind
Yes.
the scenes, sorry. And I do a lot of admin work.
Mhm.
That's what people don't get. I do a lot of admin work, a lot. So sometimes when you don't see me dancing, I'm there. Like today, like I have to go. I have a show.
You're not dancing, but you're working.
I'm working. So a lot of things.
Mhm, mhm.
You have to see yourself as a brand, as a company, as an entity,
And carry yourself
and
as
carry yourself
that.
accordingly
Mhm,
upon everything.
mhm.
So now it's much more easier for me personally. For me,
Mhm.
I don't know about everyone else,
Okay.
but for me personally, I think because of the game changing that I've done over the years and
Mhm,
what I've actually contributed to the dance industry, it is much more easier to get things done, to get sponsorship and whatnot. Because
mhm.
your brand, to be
You
honest,
have a
at the
brand,
end
a
of the day,
well-known
it's
brand.
about numbers. That's what
Yes.
any sponsor want to look at. If I'm
Mhm.
going to sponsor John, I need to look at the numbers that he's going to bring in for me. So it has been. Now it's just a great part of the journey. Yes, you do go to the ones and twos, but naturally you
You're
have
cruising.
to, yeah, you're cruising, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And for me, it has been a great journey. Yes, struggle here and there, but there's nothing that doesn't have a struggle. Let's be realistic. But yeah, we're good.
And when you struggle, you learn a couple
You
things that will
learn,
actually help
you
you grow
love
further.
and learn.
Yes.
You love and learn.
So, what would you say are the hurdles that you went through as a choreographer and a dancer to cut through the industry? Like you said, it hasn't been easy. It can't be easy being a choreographer in Zimbabwe, but
It
now
is.
you've made it look like it's that simple. you make it look very simple and easy because you've carried yourself and your brand so well and phenomenally. And when I look at you, I'm like, guys, I just want to dance like him.
I just want to be
Only
like John
that I've-
Cole.
I just want to
I
be
think
like him.
it's the first thing is colorism.
Mhm.
One of the things I face a lot is colorism. A lot of people think I get the events and gigs that I get because I'm colored or mixed race or whatever. I think it's a very touchy subject for me, because it's like, really, that's what you think? That's what everyone thinks. Most of the people think that I get
They
jobs
shouldn't.
based on the. I know it's
They
crazy.
like you're good at what you're doing. They
If you're
shouldn't.
good, you're good.
Who has it?
It's like Zim Daily. You're good at what you do. You know what I
Like,
mean?
how
get
could you be
something.
even thinking like that? Like,
That's the thing. They just think because I'm light skinned or colored, I get opportunity better than the next person, but it's not. So it's that's one of the things I face, and on top of it, I face things like people. When you get to a place, it's more or less because like when I walk into a place, it's like you said, there is dance and there's John Cole, right? We are one. We're not separate entities. So when I walk into a room, sometimes people just look at me, especially in a room where there's dancers, and everyone's just like, oh, they feel kind of different about me, but it's okay, I'm making money, but it's cool.
where you go?
So it has been difficult, you know what I mean? Obviously, and people badmouth you, they say what they say,
They do.
but like every other thing, they never really understand the behind the scenes. What it takes to actually convince a whole corporate client to hire dancers.
It's not the color.
It's a lot of meetings, a lot of back and forth, a lot of okay, pay us this, pay us that, and it's struggle. But we have put mechanisms into place. We now have, or rather, it was always there, the Zimbabwe Choreographers and Dancers Association.
Okay.
We are in talks with a couple of medical aid societies,
Okay.
doctors. The people that make what. Because I'm more on a physical level. So when we hurt ourselves, we have to see physiotherapists and stuff like that. There, so we're talking to a couple just so we get into those spaces. Lawyers, because we sometimes need lawyers. A lot of people don't know how to handle contracts or whatever. So our
You do at times need lawyers.
you definitely
when
need
you get
lawyers.
hurt.
You need a
doctor.
physiotherapist.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
So everything
understand.
is we are fixing it. It's like everything is not a walk in the park. There's a lot of structure that needs to get put in, but we're moving towards that direction, and we're happy that the progress is amazing.
Wow. Okay, at some point we need to get off the series and get to the fun part. How do you get to choreo? Like, what zone are you in when you begin to dance?
I will be in a different kind of zone. Sorry, I don't know what happened here.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened. Dancing for me, it's natural.
They're actually playing your videos. It's fine.
Oh, so it's cool.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you were saying
Dancing for me, it's one of the, how do I explain it? It's a God-given
gift.
gift, right? And on top of that, it's also it's like spiritual things, in terms of God-given talent. When I hear music, I see dance. Like, you would never see what I see. It's like Einstein. It's like musicians. Like, no one would never ever know how Jay-Z makes his music. Ja Praise, Ja Praise is a lyricist, right? He's amazing at what he does. Like, he could be doing something and he'd be like, thing, and goes, and it's like, next thing it's
Let me write it. And it's
a
a
thing.
hit. Yeah.
It's a hit, right? So for me, I see everything of mine in color.
Okay.
Right, when I'm sitting there, and I'm like the weirdest choreographer, I think. And I'm not like, you can ask Amara. I remember we were choreographing Loyal, the video that we last did together. I lie down on the floor and I'll just be listening to the music, and then I'll stand up and go, okay, let's go. And then it was like, okay, let's go. And then we start creating what we
start
create.
creating.
But when it's God-given talent, it's not even a struggle. It's a naturally part of you. It's like how musicians sing, how we dance, how people play the mbira, an instrument. It's naturally how you are able to interview someone. It's a God-given talent. And yeah.
It's a part of you. So when you then create, I think my exact question is, how was the transition from being a dancer to a choreographer?
That is inevitable, depending with I think also another thing, it comes down to leadership skills. If you're born with it. People think leadership is just you
being in the place.
Yeah, nah.
Being able to be on the top and
exactly.
You can do it.
It's like they say, it's thrust upon you, but it's thrust upon you in your destiny, in what you will become. So it's leadership, it's a whole bunch of other things that come together, so you'll be able to move 20, 100, 1,000 people in one accord. So it's not just anything. They're dancers, and then there's choreographers. So you have to transcend from being a dancer to a choreographer. You have to understand music. You have to understand live concerts. There's so many things you have to understand. Even given just even like a sound, you have to understand how to move according to that sound. So it's a lot.
I thought it was easy.
No, it's a lot.
You're scaring me. I thought it was
it's a lot. Like, dance is a lot.
Thought it was easy.
You like, okay, for instance, everyone has a different song genre. I remember working for Ja Praise from Darachawia, and he had to leave for Australia, and then they left us with the music. And mind you, I hadn't worked with that type of genre.
That type of genre before.
And we got there, and I started choreographing, and there was a part on what Toramari was Zama. I don't know what he says. So all the dancers were like, no, it's not a count. It's not a count. And I was like, no, it's a count. So it had to be motion and a count. So everyone was arguing. I was like, no, it will work. And they did it. It worked. And, So yeah, even choreographing Mudaraja, it was a very tricky, because it's like okay.
How do I do this?
How do I do this? And then there's Ngoro. We worked on Gaibake, Mkoko, all these things. So it's really something that just comes naturally to me from where it comes.
From
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I honestly at some point thought dancing was just me listening to music and being
Mm.
able to vibe to it according to the beats, I guess.
Mhm.
I didn't know it had so much to
It's a lot of
it's a lot
it's
of
like being a
work.
doctor. You have to dissect, you have to understand.
Mm,
It's everything, you know what I mean? So when people say, oh no, just choreograph a little dance for me, like, listen, those 30 seconds are a lot because it's lyric, beat,
mm-hmm,
instrumental,
mm-hmm.
tempo, everything. Do you know what I mean? When I choreograph, I think about what the artist was feeling at that moment, how this person was feeling, how they're
And you
going
try
to,
to get in the
and I
mood and
immerse
the
myself in
motion.
that.
Yes.
Exactly. I become the artist. I feel as the artist. So
Mm-hmm,
I come from a musical point first.
mm-hmm.
What was the intention of the song? And
Okay.
then once you get the intention of the song, then the rest starts building. So that's the foundation
Okay. Okay.
of music and dance.
Wow. So let's talk about the viral videos. I mean, we cannot not talk about them because they really went viral. Like they went crazy.
Yeah, that there caught me off guard. I was I remember the first video we created was
Mm-hmm,
Why Are You Running?
mm-hmm.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, John, why don't you do dance videos?" I'm like, I wish I could do them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wish I could. You know, um, but I can. It's just time. You know, like I
Yes,
said,
to put in
admin.
time.
I'm always in
Yes.
a lot of places. I'm
Okay.
traveling, so
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
really, it's difficult sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But when I do, I do. You know what I
You
mean?
do with all of
I
you.
do it all.
You
So
make
I
it
remember
happen.
we were on set. The first video I did, we were on set of Jazz Signal song,
Okay.
Chipopota,
Mm-hmm.
the house one. And then we're just bored and we're hanging around, you know, and you know. And I was like, let's do While You're Running.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just put the phone and another phone on me. That was my
Couldn't
mistake.
have been that easy.
No, the funny thing is, right? I was holding the phone, right? Because
Okay.
I had to play, right?
All right.
So they just played it and then we just started dancing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, okay, cool. And then I just, like
You
any
posted
other,
it.
I just like, oh yeah, cool, whatever.
Like any
You know,
other easy.
right? Next thing, my Instagram is like, bing, 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 bing.
It's going
I'm like, what's
crazy.
going on? I wake up, notifications. I'm like, scandal. You know, because every person you wake up, you got
You
like
know,
100
like,
new followers. You're like,
there can't be so much noise.
what's going on? And then I didn't realize it. Because
Yeah.
usually when your notifications come in, you ignore them.
Mm.
And then I just started getting tagged across Instagram. Then I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Ghana, Nigeria, Namibia, America. They just took that video and went with it. I think that time I had 25,000 followers. Within a week, I had increased to like 35 within
A week.
Within a week. And then this, what's his name? LA Fire did a reaction on it. And he's like, yo, you know, the Americans. And then it just went all over. And then I posted it on Instagram and Facebook. And it just, both of them combined hold about 6 million views.
What?
Combined. And I was like, what? My
How?
followership went up and it was just crazy. Now you got like American fans, you got Ghanaian fans. You're like, oh, okay, cool. Right?
It could have. How did you feel? It wasn't just okay,
It was
cool.
crazy
It was
because
like, oh my
imagine waking
god,
up every day and your notification area is just
it's popping up.
comment
It's crazy.
section
It's
and you have to
loud.
respond. It's exactly.
Yes.
Everyone's just like, oh, it's a cool video. You're like, oh, cool, dope. And then, you know, I did one with Audrey, the makeup artist, at a wedding for her friend. We're dancing to Jah. That was funny. We were just dancing. Audrey's crazy, so we're just dancing, right? And then I was like, let me upload this. It's funny. I was bored. I uploaded on my Facebook.
Because it was funny.
It was done. Next thing, people from Puerto Rico, Colombia, American people, everyone's in my comment, India, they all in my comment section. Oh my God, this is crazy. What is this dance called? And I'm like, it's just, you know, Jita and Sungura mixed together. You know, and people keep asking who's the artist. So now I had to be like, oh, this is Ja Praise, it's cool. Because everyone was like, this is such a cool song. Do you know what I mean? So like you said, music and dance work hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
And couple of weeks later, 10 million views. It was crazy.
It can't be that easy. I mean, like, other people sitting down and trying to contemplate what to post next, and you're telling me,
you know what? I think
it was that easy.
But I think with life, it's you know when you overthink something, it doesn't happen the way you want it to happen.
Yes.
But when you don't overthink, you're like, whatever, I'm just gonna put it there. Boom, bam. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can give you an example.
When you least expect it,
exactly.
it happens then,
rather than
when you plan for it.
When we did Mukoko, right? We worked on Mukoko. We're like, oh, cool. It's a music video. Cool. Cool. You know how it is. Put it on the thing. Boom. Blew up. It's crazy.
How?
What is it?
Okay.
So it's the simpler things that you don't really overthink,
Mhm,
I think,
mhm.
that become the biggest thing for you. And followership grew, everyone's like, oh, so this is because most people don't know me, they know my name, they just hear my name.
Okay.
And then later on you see, oh, this is the guy. Yeah.
So because of how social media have actually become a very important tool in the
It is a very
entertainment
important tool.
industry,
Mm.
because of the viewership that you got, did they at any point get paid for it? Because 10
You
million,
get paid for
need
your
money.
views on Facebook. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you did pocket.
Yeah. Don't worry. We got that money. We got that ching-a-ling, ching-chang. But
And
here's
this
the thing,
was-
though.
Mhm.
It's irrespective of what you get paid for your views.
For your views.
Your social media is your currency as an artist.
Yes, yes.
As an artist, you must understand that your social media is your currency. You don't need to, like, for instance, we get paid to influence on behalf of entities, right? So
You cannot influence when you don't have
yeah,
the numbers.
that's dicey. You have to be a micro influencer. So there's a
Okay.
difference. There's micro influencer.
Okay,
There's
okay.
mega influencers. Everyone's like categorized differently.
Okay.
But for me, I started getting like calls and like, oh yeah, I would like you to put a post for us. How much do you want? Oh, right. So you get paid to post. You're like, I don't need to dance. I don't need to do this. Give me that
You just want
money.
me to post?
You just want me to post, like, without dancing. Are you sure? Great.
Let me
Lovely.
do it.
Let me do it. So you post. So whenever you see
Mhm.
posts, we've been paid.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
Partnerships, yes.
Wow. So I guess at the end of the day, the entertainment industry is very vital, and you can end up being something that you're not.
Yeah.
Really.
Look, you growing up wasn't as easy.
Mhm.
Like if you ask a couple of people that know me,
Mhm.
till today people don't believe it that I used to be a vendor. And I was a garden boy at some
You're
point.
lying.
No, like legit.
Let's be real, John.
No, you see,
No
you even don't
lies
believe
here.
that, but
No
that's like
lies here.
legit. Do you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like I would sell, oranges and stuff in Bare, Budiriro, all these places. Chibagi, they 10 years. And you should tell my garden, and that was our
That was
hustle.
what paid
That
you.
was the hustle at that point, because
Mhm.
growing up with no parents and no one to support you, that was like one of those things. So
It must have been
when
hard.
it was, but
Mhm.
you had to do what you had to do.
Mhm.
So whenever I tell people, like, I've come a long way,
Mhm.
you don't understand where I have come from. Do you
Mhm.
know what I mean? It's really hard. One, people look at you different. Even in this country, it's actually one of the biggest things that people look at mixed race people from a different point of view.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? People think, like,
You
when
got
I'm
it
walking
easy.
into no, they just think we're this race that doesn't really care about life at some point. I don't know. It's crazy. Like when I'm walking in town, someone can say, "Ah, they bless me, and you're looking at this person like
Like seriously, are you talking to me, dude?
it's crazy. Like, and it was like, oh, do you drink? I'm like, no, I don't drink. I don't smoke. It's never been my thing. Do you know what I mean? And I advocate for people and teenagers, and like, it's not like really a thing you want to do. Just focus on your life and get there, and you'll be okay.
You'll be where you want to go.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think I've had quite a lot of revelations right now. My head is all filled up, and I'm trying to piece everything up.
Trying to get it
but
together.
that should not stop me from asking you about your current, your recent collaboration. How did that come up?
Which one? This like you have to be specific.
I mean, all of them.
All of them. Okay.
Yes. Just a snippet.
The South African ones is mainly because like usually when you do something, people just like, oh yeah, cool, let's link up. You know what I mean? And that's how I get most of my collaborations. Or I write an email, or funny enough, some people come to your inbox and be like, yo, you look like you're a fire guy to work with. So I've worked with people not just within Zimbabwe. I've worked with Selma Sky in Zambia. I've worked with Valley Music.
Yes,
She recently won an
Yes,
award
yes.
from the UK. I work with Sharon Manata. She's from the UK also. I work with Slicker One. He's in Australia. I work with Mabel Butler. She owns Tapira. It's a very big brand, skincare products, and all those. So I work with different kind of. I'm not just like a dancer. We have a
Yes.
company, a PR and media company. We deal with people's socials, and we consult for people. So I just don't only dance. I do that on a creative level. Like, this is what
You
I'm
just
saying.
don't only dance.
I just don't only dance.
And you'll be offering them more than just dancing.
More than just dancing. Like I said, like I consult to a certain level. I do certain things.
Mhm.
One of my biggest projects, I cannot name the company, but we created the album that has Holy 10, has Helen
Wow.
Chimbetu.
Mhm.
That was my
Mhm.
company that created that conceptualization
Mhm.
and then became one of the biggest products, which is great, which corporate
Mhm.
companies come in and say, look, we like this idea.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let's do it. So there's a lot of people. Mambo Duterte was on it. Beo,
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
Signal,
Mhm.
Lee Honey, Tinashe Magacha, Natasha Moose. We were like a whole bunch of us on that project. So it was fun. It was a whole album and
Okay.
there's videos to it and there's
Mhm.
videos to it. So it was nice. You know what I mean? So the John Cole Group, which is a different entity from John Cole,
Okay.
is a whole media consultancy marketing company that deals with corporate clients and artists, and we manage artist bookings and stuff like that there. So yeah, just only dance.
That's you
We-
taking advantage of the industry.
Hey,
like,
listen,
man, you're gonna make money from different streams.
if you're good at what you do, to be
Mhm.
honest, and you understand the industry,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like a lot of people who hire me from overseas,
Yeah.
if I showed you their text, they're like, we love your social media and
Mhm.
how you attribute yourself and you handle yourself.
Mhm.
Would love to work with you.
Mhm.
That's done. Do you know what I mean? Even wedding clients, it's like, oh no, we're coming into the country in the next 4 months. Can we work with you? Here's your money. Done.
And this
The more you're professional, the more you know how to handle yourself,
and the
more
more you carry your brand in.
people want to work with you. That's what it is. You know what I mean? But always be mindful. Even if you are an amazing artist, you're not everyone's cup of tea. That's what it is. If you can accept that as an artist, as a radio presenter, as a whatever it is in life, you are easier for it. Just knowing that.
Wow. Right now I'm feeling like I think I should give this guy a call so he becomes my mentor. I'm so like my mind is exhausted. I don't know if you can see it, but guys, this is just too much to carry for only one person. But anyways, it hurts. It's painful that we're coming to the end of the show, and I just have to ask Joan, your signature dance.
I really don't have a signature dance.
You do.
Which
There's this
one?
one you always do. The one you use your leg like this.
Oh, that's the why you're running. That's no, that's a why you're running thing.
But you do that every time, like most
Not
times.
really. I think my signature move for me is I don't really have one. You see, that's the thing about being versatile.
Okay.
We just only don't deal with people's brands. We dance and we make music. So I created my own music so I could dance to my own music. Skoro Skoro, Shishi. Shishi was the first song created by a choreographer in Zimbabwe to make it to Trace Africa, which I wrote and directed the video.
How did that feel?
It was awesome because I like beating artists.
When when your music came out that day or that time, how did you feel?
Skoro Skoro for me was the first song that made sense for me because it's house music and it was about us, dance around together in the sunny weather. I made it with Lee Honey, and she arrived on a Wednesday. We're like, oh, poems popping, and we created the song. And we're sitting there with Chiweda, and we're like, so she's like, what are you gonna call the song? I was like, I think I'm gonna call it Skoro Skoro. She's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. You can have a broke boyfriend. Like... He's a Skoro Skoro. And then Chiweda, I remember Chiweda while we were, going through the lyrics. Chiweda just runs in and he goes, why don't we say dance around together? And then Lee goes, in a sunny way. And then it became a song. And then I was like, nope, it won't make sense without my name in it. It won't make sense. Johnny John Cole, Sheikh Muzimba Ngoko. And then he put Bitira Chiweda. I'm like, really? But it made it into the song and it became a hit song.
It did.
And here's the fun part. Pre-release, when $1 was to $1, pre-release, we made $800 before the song was heard by anyone. That's how I till today I don't even know what I did, but I just said to people, listen, I'm releasing a song, I'm charging $1, and everyone bought the song. On the day of the release, people loved it. It became a hit song. 3 months later, we're nominated for a Star FM. And I was like, what? It was, it's the most played house song in Zimbabwe.
I guess when we're talking about the favored ones of God, we can't skip his name.
No, I don't. Listen,
I'm counting how many times you've been telling me you just did things for the sake of just doing, and then they ended up
for music. For music, wasn't about doing. I didn't want to dance to other people. Like it's great to dance to other people's music,
but
the catalog is really minimized.
Mhm.
I thought to myself, let me make my own music.
Mhm.
And that's when Skoro Skoro, Shishi,
Mhm.
Body Abduction. I worked with a guy called Episode and
Mhm.
Shashel.
Mhm.
And then I did a song called Got a Feeling. So it was very, really music that I love to dance
To dance to.
and music
Okay.
that's mine, you
Mhm.
know. And I have a band, the Coal Nation
You
Band.
do have a band.
Yes, I have a band. I think I'm like the first choreographer to have a band in this
Yes,
country.
you are. You must.
I
be.
think I like doing things first. It's like my
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
It's my favorite thing.
And you've done a lot of things,
I
Matt.
do-
Like
I've
you've
done a lot of
you've broken
things.
a lot of ties.
I have done that. So first
Mhm.
dancer to be verified in this country. Oh my God, that was an amazing day for us. My whole team, we had been working on verification for 1.5 years, literally from
Mhm.
lockdown. And I remember having a conversation with my manager, and I was like, I'm going to be verified before my birthday. She was like, yeah, you know, you know.
Okay.
And then that happened before my birthday. I was like, yeah, boom. So yeah,
I told you.
I told you.
Told you so.
My manager, if I tell her something, she's just like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. It's fine. The Lord knows his child. So it's one of those things for me that's amazing.
Mhm.
Being able to break barriers. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because I can tell you for a fact, the day I was verified, I shook the industry because they're like, how is a choreographer verified and we're artists are not?
You know, I mean, like
It was hilarious.
But
Like,
when they don't get the effort, auntie. But
You
when
have to
you
work.
become someone and when you're verified,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
People,
panic
yeah.
attendance of jealousy.
I don't
Some
know
elements
about
of
that.
them,
I
like
think so, maybe crazy, but I don't
it's
know.
possible.
It's mentally hilarious. But the way it happened, you know, like I got verified for me because I had been working on it. Remember, I was being rejected every
Every
30
time.
days.
Ouch.
Every 30 days.
How
so you
did
can
that
make,
feel?
it sucks because they don't tell you why they
For
reject
a whole
you.
year.
A year and a half.
For a year and a half, you're getting rejected.
Wow.
Boy, you lie.
I'm
Oh,
telling you, I can
please
show you
stop.
my Facebook. They'll be like, at this moment, we cannot verify this profile. And they're very white about it. Like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, great. Thank you, guys. So then I started working on it.
Ouch.
And one day in May, I just
Mhm.
sat there and I was just like, you know what?
Let me try again.
And to be honest, I was like, whatever. What did I say? And then 5 hours later, so I woke up, right? I was like, cool. And then I went into my Facebook and I'm like, what is it? Oh. So I thought I was sleeping. I was dreaming.
You thought you were dreaming.
I swear to you, I pulled the cartwheel off the bed. I was like, yeah! And he was like, what's going on? I'm like, look at that! So everyone's like, oh my God. And then my manager, I called her, she lost
Like
her
you're all
mind.
over the place.
Everyone was like, oh my God, it's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like I won the Formula
It
One
was like
race.
a Christmas in May.
It was Christmas in May. And it became a thing. And everyone was like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
And then after that, I actually found out how to verify people. So I was like, great. And then the John Cole group, which is a separate entity from John Cole,
Yeah.
verified Sharon Manassa and Knox Nguni. I went to school at Knox. Yeah. So those blue ticks on this through our company.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yes, your company did it.
Yes. Our company did it.
Yes,
Made
it
happen.
did it.
Yeah.
Okay, John, I think we have come to the end of the show. As much as I hate coming to the end, I mean, like, part of it I'm happy because, guys, the things that has been downloading, I'm trying to upload.
You should upload.
I'm trying to upload
Not
them.
enough
I'm just
gigabytes.
failing. What would be the parting words, your favorite most 5 parting words to anyone that's
5?
listening?
Oh, that'd be 5.
Let's try 5.
No, it's very simple. Hustle until you don't have to introduce yourself.
Hustle until you don't. Yeah, he doesn't have to introduce himself. Like
I think that's it. I remember one more thing. I remember meeting one of the biggest CEOs in the country. And then he says, what's your name? Because I met him long ago. And then he goes, what's your name? And I'm like, my name is John Cole. He says, hold that thought. And he goes, he types something into his phone. What is he doing? He goes, oh, you're currently nobody because I can't Google you. I was like, what?
ouch.
It was but then
Ouch.
it's a light bulb moment. Because if you can't be Googled, then who are you?
Ouch.
Because if Beyonce right now is saying looking for a Zimbabwean choreographer,
your name is definitely your name is.
but you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I was like, wow. But then it made sense. So if you type in John Cole on Google, you have Zimbabwean choreographer and everything else that follows.
About
Profile.
John.
Yes, I had to fix my whole Google presence, but it was like long ago. So I worked on it
Mhm.
for like close to 6 to 8 years, working on my Google presence. Yes, I'm relentless like that. You can ask my manager. She's just like, leave John to do what he likes. Even my concert, my first concert that I did at the Jason Mupepo Theater, sold out. The second concert was online, and yeah, it was an amazing thing. You can watch it on my Facebook page, John Cole, and plugged in. That was during the plugged in. It's very interesting.
Please,
Yeah.
if you were not there, do go and watch it on John Cole Facebook page. Plugged and click that. You need to watch his videos. Actually, you need to follow him. If you are not following him, this is the time you get to follow this guy. He's not just all dance and nothing. He's phenomenal. He's intelligent. He's maximum. He's everything. Everything extra. I don't know. Extraordinary. I don't know what. I really cannot pick words, but I'm in the presence of greatness here. John Cole, please. I know probably you're just gonna beat me afterwards, but can you give us a small snippet of a dance? Just one.
But like,
we can play music.
What did
John
Cardi
Cole.
B say?
We've-
What did Cardi B say? I don't dance. I make money moves. Not messing with you. We can do that. Like, what are we doing? We can do it while we're sitting.
Yeah, we can do all
Right,
this.
but I'm going to teach you though.
Yes, I
Right.
need to learn.
So
That
very
should be
simple,
exciting. Mhm.
right? So I'm going to play a rhythm. To the put your head down and
Please don't.
now get low, get low,
Oh,
get low,
yeah.
get low,
Mhm.
get low,
Uh-huh.
get low,
Eh.
get low.
Mhm.
Got Zim daily
Ah.
on that daily. You don't
Follow,
rock it and do
like,
it. Don't
follow,
rock it. Don't
and
play
like.
with it. Zim daily in
Yeah.
the house.
Get
Zim
the-
daily in the house. And the hip,
Yes.
hop to the hip, hop to the hip, to the hip and a hop. To the
Yay.
Zim daily show. Everybody watching.
Yay! So, guys, this is all we have for you today. Thank you so much, John, for
You're
coming in. You're exciting, man. You're so exciting. You're
Thank you.
okay. Allow me to say this, dear husband. Don't take offense. This guy is handsome. He's exciting. He's intelligent. He's phenomenal. And for that, goodbye. Remember to register and vote for me. We love you.
Run it.